Alright, this run shows off the power of 1-Up Flea and Vulture with summons. It is just a disgusting team combo that can beat like 50-50 teams. The 1-Up Flea is in particular just really OP. It's kind of like a weakness that doesn't apply weakness to your own team, only the opposite person's team, and that's just disgustingly good. Because at level 3 with a 1-Up, you're gonna apply weakness to 6 things, and yeah, I mean, unless if they have something that will like replace the weakness, you're probably gonna just run through them with all the chip damage of the summons and the vulture. Like every vulture shot can deal 15 damage, right? So that's pretty significant. And there's just so many summons in the pack nowadays. You can have white whale, slug, wolf, eagle. There's just so many good summons, and this team is just disgusting. It's like the only thing that beats it is snipers, which, is somewhat common, but if you don't have any abilities, you're just going to lose to this team. As for the start doesn't really matter, especially in a summons pack where, like, I guess you could go horse cricket or something, but I didn't really plan on just doing that. I just wanted to try to draw as much as possible with the pug in the back. And yeah, I mean, nothing too interesting. I guess getting a lot of gold with like Swan, Weasel, something like that is pretty helpful just to try to set up for the specific build that I want. So definitely going to take the early Weasel. And the Pug Clownfish, pretty strong combo. If you ever play Pack 3, that's usually the way to go. Unfortunately, the Seahorse puts the ants in the back, and that actually causes me to lose. Oh well, you can't always get what you want. But a recent movie I watched was Midsommar, which is the guy who directed Hereditary, like Ari Aster or something like that. And I can't say I loved the movie. I mean, I'd heard mixed things beforehand going into it. I heard like some people liked it, some people didn't. And overall, I wouldn't say I really liked it too much. It's labeled as a horror movie, but it's not really scary in any way. There's a couple of just like gory images, but it feels like it doesn't really try to be scary, which is probably fine, but like it has to be a good movie. And I feel like the premise of the movie is just it's too stupid to get past. Like they're so clearly, I mean, the premise is pretty much that they're like joining a cult and like, cult things happen. But like there's red flags everywhere that they just completely ignore for the most part, and it's just like I don't know if I can get behind the characters. Like I don't really care that they die. Oh wait, spoilers. I mean, if you haven't seen it at this point, the movie's like 3 or 4. Is it? I think 4 years old or something. But yeah, I don't know. And the ending is just very strange, and I'm not sure I really liked it that much either. But I will say, like the beginning of the movie, it had some promise. I was enjoying it until they actually started like getting into the cult thing, which is the main part of the movie. But I don't know. I wish I enjoyed it more. I gave it a 3 out of 5 because it's not like terrible. I mean, if you watch it, you'll probably at least be somewhat entertained. It's just leaving the theater, or I didn't see it in theater, leaving the couch, the chair. I don't really know. I was like, I didn't really enjoy that much. But yeah. You can, I mean, I'm sure people will disagree with me. People have varying opinions about his movies for sure. And I feel like this is certainly one that's maybe a bit more controversial. But I don't know. I gave it kind of like a smack dab in the middle rating. Like a 3 out of 5 is pretty much what I call an average movie. Which I mean that shouldn't be really the case. I guess 2.5 out of 5 would be in the middle. But my scale tends to skew towards the higher ratings because most of the time I only review movies or like rate movies that I actually finish. And so the bad movies I just don't end up finishing. I just don't like rate, and then it kind of skews the scale because I don't feel like it's fair if I only watch like a third of the movie to just like give it a complete rating because who knows, maybe the ending is absolutely amazing. Anyway, the pivoting on this turn, I mean, I'm losing a lot of these mid rounds because I'm trying to set up level 3 Flea and summons, and as you can see, this team is not exactly the strongest. So going down to lethal way too quickly because all it takes is one sniper team to kind of ruin this team. Like I can take a potato or like a melon for the vulture, but all the other things are just gonna have 1-ups, and that's not gonna go so hot if those things got die because you miss out on so many spawns. Yeah, so getting the turkey buff, sure, why not? I just need to not lose, and this will hopefully accomplish that. Trying to set up the white whale. White whale is going to be great for summons. It might not actually be like the perfect thing, like the most amount of summons possible. I'm not actually sure what it is anymore, but I feel like 1-Up Slug gives you a crap ton of summons every time. So just a whole bunch of 1-Up Slugs works, and then you can't really 1-Up White Whale because then it doesn't spawn anything out of the 1/1 version of it. So but what you can do is give it a banana, and then the eagle can hopefully spawn something like an orca. I mean, I did set up the tier 6s so that all of them have abilities, no matter what. It can spawn like a mammoth, warthog, reindeer, saber-tooth, whole bunch of different things. Crocodile not going to kill the vulture, luckily. That's the power of level 2 turkey. Flycatcher actually could be a problem. Kills the wolf, kills the vulture. Luckily, still managed to win. And yeah, the warthog spawn. Warthog will be nerfed. It's getting -3 attack in the upcoming updates, but for now, this is just the regular patch. I probably should have mentioned that. And I could take a banana on like the wolf in the back, but 1-Up Wolf is slightly better because then I get 1 extra summon versus or I get 2 extra summons versus just the 1 extra summon. And I am rolling for 1-Ups mostly. 1-Up Flea, going to be very important to get the last 2 weaknesses. And another summon team. But luckily, Vulture kind of counters the summon teams, which is so nice. As you can see, just immediately snipe the flying fish, and every single snipe will probably kill something. I mean, okay, there goes the sea turtle. I guess it didn't because of the sea turtle. But just an absurd amount of summons. 4 triggers from each wolf, which is 2 Vulture snipes. And then getting a few more from the things in front, so... Just so much chip damage, it's really hard to beat this team if you don't have snipers. I said this at the beginning, but it really is true. This is like the perfect counter to just only stat teams. But all it takes is like 1 sniper, and sometimes it just all falls apart. And, oh yeah, also you can replace the tomatoes with the 1-Up Flea, which is really nice. As long as the Flea doesn't like kill too many things. The stats on the Flea are actually a little bit too high, where it might trade and actually let like 2 tomatoes go off, and then the vulture would die, which would really suck. But I could take 1-Up Slug here. I'm thinking about it, or I could just 1-Up the wolf, and that's 2 extra summons, sure. And then I can wait for next turn to put in the slug. 1-Up Slug, I think it's better than wolf, right? Wolf is 4 feints. 1-Up Slug is 6 feints. So, I mean, 6 is greater than 4. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not actually... Maybe someone could confirm that for me. Alright. Yep, that weakness. And then, like, the damage is just 11 damage every snipe. How many snipes am I getting? Especially when it spawns Orca, Osprey, Groundhog. You're gonna get so many snipes there. I should actually count them. So, well, I'll count them. There's the 1-Up, which is perfect. So how many snipes with this team? I could also get, like, White Whale Slug for slightly more, but White Whale Eagle is also just as fun, just because Eagle can be some crazy RNG. And level 3 Vulture next turn. Alright, so 2 from the Flea. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I'm still fine. Yeah, the 50/50s aren't really going to be too much of a problem. Sure, extra attack from the Piranha. And all these slugs just chipping away. And they don't even get to the 1-Up Wolf, really. And that's with level 2 Vulture. So going to get an extra 4 damage now. Alright, so 2 from the Flea. Then you get the Monkey and the Eagle. And then... oh, wait, also the White Whale. So that's 3 at minimum. Probably more. And then you get 6. So... that is 5, 11, and then you get 4, 6 more. So 17. Is that 8 triggers from the Vulture, I think? And that's assuming the Eagle doesn't spawn anything. A boar. I mean, that's extra attack, I guess. 8 triggers. If everything is weakened, 15 damage each. That is 30, 60, 120? 120 damage? Is that right? Does that actually beat a 50/50 team? Oh, wait, you got to include all the summon damage as well, which is going to do like 6 damage every attack or something like that. I was really hoping to find level 2 Wolf or level 2 White Whale, but did not happen. I'm sure I did the math wrong. And then I run into an Octo team, which is kind of scary. That could certainly be the end of me. It depends on the snipes. And, okay, the Octo dies, super lucky, but then the Stork spawns a Rhino, and I just lose? Okay, whatever. They also had a Snake, but, I mean, I'm blaming RNG on that one. Anyway, that was a fun run, so yeah, gonna lose to the Octo, Rhino, Snake build, but if they don't have any of those, free wins. Really powerful team. And thanks for watching. See ya.